Welcome to Change Your Focus, a mindfulness podcast designed to inspire and center you. I am Dr. Sayiba Aiko, your host and transformational life coach, life integration specialist, and mindfulness practitioner. As a sickle cell warrior, my journey to educate myself on natural and holistic health practices was inspired by my personal health challenges. My career path eventually led me to becoming a certified life coach, supporting individuals as they discover their purpose, transcend health challenges, and live authentic lives. Join me every week as I guide you through a 10-minute breathing meditation and insight session that will leave you feeling relaxed, refreshed, and de-stressed. Greetings and welcome to episode 8 of Change Your Focus, a mindfulness podcast designed to inspire and center you. I am Dr. Sayiba Aiko, your host and transformational life coach, life integration specialist, and mindfulness practitioner, here to help you transform your life one mindful decision at a time. I'm also here reminding you to be mindful of the products you put on and in your body, as well as the products you use around your home. Today's episode is about love.
To maximize the full effects of this mindfulness practice, using stereo headphones in a safe and quiet location is highly recommended.
Now, I invite you to contemplate this quote by writer Wes Angelozzi. Go and love someone exactly as they are, and then watch how quickly they transform into the greatest, truest version of themselves. When one feels seen and appreciated in their own essence, one is instantly empowered. When I contemplate this quote, I think about unconditional love. We are all worthy of this, yet many are unsure how to give and receive this type of love. I used to grapple with loving myself unconditionally, so I didn't know how to extend it to others. Complete and total acceptance, flaws and all. I had to release my critical self-talk and harsh judgment. Compassion was necessary to begin this self-love journey. In order for us to love ourselves and others unconditionally, acceptance is required. Being content with all of who and what I am, as well as all of who and what I am not. I'd lived up until my 30s rejecting parts of myself. So I became curious. I asked universe, divine, spirit. I asked myself, what will happen when I love and accept myself completely? And then one day at a time, I began showing up for myself in ways that I had expected and wanted others to. I asked for support, which is one of the most loving things we can do for ourselves. I showed myself grace, patience, compassion, and most importantly, I listened to me. And everyone else's voice began to lower. And I really heard my spirit talking to me. So connecting with myself. I heard my soul cry in this journey. I saw myself as if for the first time, and I embraced every beautiful, flawed part of me, mind, body, and soul. I affirmed myself in the most loving ways, thanks to the support of some beautiful self-love practitioners and sister friends is what I like to call them. I was invited on a journey, a womb healing journey led by one of my friends, and we read Sacred Woman, Queen Afua's book. And this journey really helped me to connect with my womb as a woman and my guiding map, right? My internal GPS. That's what it is. In the most powerful way, in ways that I had not before. And so in this journey, we start with our diet, right? Looking at what it is we're eating and how can we get to a clean diet. And getting to a clean diet, you start to feel your body and become in tune with your body in ways that perhaps you aren't when you have all this food that you're consuming, that it does interrupt the connection between you and the spirit within. And so just really cleaning my diet, that's a part of the journey. Aligning with different colors. As you all know, colors bring in different moods and mean different things. So each week we would align with a different color and set a different intention. We use flower essences in this journey to help us become a little more in tune with what was happening with us week by week. And most importantly, which I really love, I learned to set up an ancestor altar, and that felt really good, connecting with my ancestors in ways that I hadn't before. I learned to meditate on a deeper level in this journey. I started playing this drum that I had bought years ago in Egypt that I'd never really played, but I started when I started this journey, and that felt good. Dancing in the morning, I would take spiritual baths. Basically, it was like an AM ritual that I would spend 2 hours. So I'd wake up and cleanse and meditate, drink an herbal tea for the week, whatever that herb was that we were focused on doing, cleansing. And then after the spiritual bath, sit at the altar, breathe, a lot of breath work, right? Really tuning into the breath, knowing that that is our life force. So focusing on my breath. And it was just a powerful journey to be able to do with these beautiful women. Again, thank the universe, thank God, thank Goddess for my beautiful friend who invited me on this journey, or else I definitely wouldn't have picked up the book. I wasn't even privy to the book. And so just very grateful for her. And it really helped me connect to myself in ways that I had not before. And so it helped me be mindful of the thoughts that were playing in my head, most particularly the thoughts about myself more than anything. And so recognizing that my thoughts, our thoughts are prayers. Like, so what is on replay in your head? Like, what are you communicating and praying into the universe without even knowing, without being conscious of that? That was the most transformational thing, I would say. And so I cultivated a self-affirming way of thinking. And that was like pivotal in my journey. I felt deeply connected and empowered. I started to actualize my enoughness and know that I was worthy. And not only know it, but feel it, right? So that showed up in my being, the way I thought, the way I spoke, the way I acted, and that felt amazing. I began to take this action and move from a place of being, this inner knowing, and just really rise to who I desire to be, like my highest self, right? Not just doing things to be doing them, right? Like, oh, I gotta do this because if I don't do this, then I'm not enough. Like all of that went away. And it was such a beautiful thing to just feel empowered and know, wow, like all that is within me. At any moment, I'm ready to tap into it. And so grateful for that journey. I realized that prior to that, I really hadn't even scratched the surface on the depths of my love for myself or others. And so then this quest began for me to love myself better. And I learned compassion and grace like never before on this self-love journey. And then it's here that I learned that I was really able to love unconditionally. I don't think I'd ever done that before for others or even for myself. And so as you're contemplating Wes Angelosi's quote, I invite you to make yourself comfortable as we prepare to connect to our breath and journey into the ways that you perhaps are harboring some self-rejection or anything inhibiting you from loving yourself and others unconditionally. So make yourself comfortable and begin to notice your breath. Simply notice. Don't change a thing. Is it deep Is it shallow? Then I invite you to close your eyes and notice what is happening in your body as you breathe. Is there tension? Do you feel any tingling sensations? Is there something nagging? Simply notice your breath and what is occurring in your body. And then I invite you to slowly begin to lengthen your breath, taking a little more time on each inhale and a little more time on each exhale. And notice as you exhale what happens in your body. Are things shifting? Are things moving? Do you have certain thoughts arising? Simply notice. Continue to breathe deeply and slowly. And I invite you to begin to imagine a ball of white light on the inside of your stomach. And imagine this ball of white light begins to expand until it fills your entire body. Notice that white light expanding, reaching all the way up to the crown of your head and all the way down to the soles of your feet. Now you are filled with this white light. Now imagine that white light begins to expand until you're surrounded in a ball of white light. And become aware of your thoughts. What comes up for you? Maybe it's a recurring thought. Maybe this is something new that you just noticed. Notice what that thought is. See the ways rejection surfaces in your thoughts. Perhaps it shows up as you not liking a certain thing about yourself. So there's this self-loathing. Maybe your thoughts are things that you need to do or accomplish before you can receive the love you crave. Or maybe it's a thought of you needing to make a certain amount of money or earn a degree or something to be enough. Notice what thoughts of rejection surface for you. They typically sound like excuses for why you perceive yourself as not being enough just as you are. And after you have identified that thought of self-rejection, take a deep breath and begin to notice when this thought originated. Where did it come from? Maybe it began when your parents were not approving or accepting you as you are. Maybe it began with the teacher telling you to do more of this and less of that, which may have been communicating to you be less of yourself and more of someone who you were not. Simply notice when that thought came into play for you. What judgments do you hold within yourself toward you? Maybe it's surrounding your physical appearance. if only my lips were smaller, or if only I could gain a little more weight. Whatever the thing is in your head that plays, that keeps you from embracing, accepting, loving all of who you are, mind, body, spirit. Maybe it's your intellect that you reject, right? I'm not smart enough. I need to learn one more thing. I need to earn another degree. Whatever the thing is, simply notice your thoughts of self-rejection. And what might accepting all of you look like? Maybe you no longer beat yourself up and say mean things to yourself when you make a mistake or mess up. Maybe you allow yourself to be human. Maybe you even learn to embrace yourself, laugh at yourself, and not take yourself too seriously. I invite you to place one hand on your heart and one on your belly and take a deep breath. And as you exhale, release those self-rejecting thoughts. And on the next exhale, forgive yourself for continuing this harmful thought towards yourself. And then say to yourself, I release all the ways I reject myself. I forgive myself for not completely accepting me. I appreciate all of who I am and everything within me. I am enough. And take a deep breath. Eyes still closed. Now see all the ways you've projected your own rejection, lack of self-acceptance onto others. Maybe by trying to make your spouse do something your way, which you believe is the right way, instead of allowing them to do it their own way. Maybe you are pushing your children to do things you want them to do and be who you want them to be, instead of allowing them to be who they came to this earth to be. What ways do you project your own self-rejection? What might fully accepting others look like? Maybe you allow your children to be children and make mistakes without making them feel unworthy. Maybe you begin to appreciate the humanness of your spouse and laugh and enjoy their flaws as much as you enjoy all the things you believe are perfect about your spouse. How does that acceptance of them show up for you? Take a deep breath. And on the exhale, release this pattern and forgive yourself for projecting this rejection onto others. Say to yourself, I release all the ways I reject others. I forgive myself for not completely accepting others. I appreciate all the beautiful similarities and differences I notice in others. And take a deep breath. Notice how you feel. Notice what is happening in your body. May you love yourself completely and project that complete acceptance and perfect love onto others now and forever. Take a deep breath. And when you are ready, I invite you to slowly come back into the space, opening your eyes, stretching, whatever feels natural for you. Now, to complete our mindfulness session for today, please affirm by repeating after me. I completely love and accept myself. Good. Let's say that again. I completely love and accept myself. Great. One last time. I completely love and accept myself. Beautiful. I invite you to be mindful, breathe deep often, and contemplate all the ways you will love and accept yourself and others more. Remember, mindfulness is always available to you every minute of every day. May you use each minute to be mindful. I am Dr. Sayiba Aiko, your transformational life coach, life integration specialist, and mindfulness practitioner, here to help you transform your life one mindful decision at a time. I'm also here reminding you to be mindful of the products you put on and in your body, as well as the products you use around your home. If you found this podcast through social media, please share which platform in the comments below. Also, remember to like, share, and subscribe on all social media platforms to follow my journey and join my exclusive community on Patreon at Integr8 Lyfe. Thank you for tuning in, listening, engaging, and being mindful with me today. Namaste. Be sure to tune in next week for episode 9. It's all about journeying deeper into the depths of your soul. If you found any of this information helpful, useful, and would like to explore more mindfulness practices, or you're growing through something in your life and you would like support, click the link below to book a one-on-one discovery call with me so we can discover how to best support you.